Welcome to English Now, your space to master real English and sound confident in every conversation. Today's video is called English Made Easy, From Confused to Confident Speaker. If you already speak English well but want to sound more natural, fluent, and sure of yourself, this video is for you. We're going to focus on the real ways fluent speakers use English in daily life. Not just grammar rules, but how words flow, connect, and express confidence. Here, we'll explore how to shift your mindset from translating to thinking in English, how to make your speech more effortless, and how to sound calm and clear even under pressure. By the end, you'll not only understand English, you'll feel it. But before we start, there's something important. If you want to train your advanced English and take your fluency to the next level, check out the ebook, Train Your Advanced English, Fluency in Practice. You'll find it in the first pinned comment below. It's packed with practical exercises to help you train your mind to think and speak naturally. All right, let's begin. First, let's talk about what it really means to move from confusion to confidence when speaking English. Confidence doesn't start with perfect grammar. It starts with trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your message, and trust in the rhythm of your own voice. When you stop worrying about mistakes and start focusing on connection, your English instantly becomes smoother and more powerful. Think of every sentence as a bridge. You're not trying to cross perfectly. You're just making sure the other person understands what's on your side. Let's break this transformation down step by step. The first step is clarity over complexity. Many advanced speakers try to sound more impressive, but fluency isn't about using big words. It's about using the right words. Native speakers often choose simple words that hit directly. For example, instead of saying, "I am attempting to improve my pronunciation," just say, "I'm trying to improve my pronunciation." It's short, clear, and confident. The second step is flow over form. Instead of thinking word by word, focus on chunks, natural groups of words that native speakers use. Phrases like, "You know what I mean," "at the end of the day," or "that's a good point," make your English sound connected, not robotic. It's the rhythm that makes you sound fluent, not just the vocabulary. Now, the third step, and maybe the most powerful, is emotion over perfection. Your tone tells more than your grammar ever could. When you speak with genuine emotion, your message becomes alive. People don't remember every word you say, they remember how you made them feel. Let's practice this idea with a small exercise. Imagine you're saying, "I really appreciate your help." Now say it flat with no feeling. Then say it again, slower, warmer, with real gratitude. Feel the difference? That's fluency in action, not just words, but connection. And here's something most learners miss. Confident speakers pause. They don't rush to fill silence, they own it. Pauses give power to your words and make people listen. So, don't be afraid of silence. Use it to underline your message. Now, let's move into how to train this confidence every day through listening, shadowing, and mindful repetition. Because confidence isn't born in the classroom. It's built through consistent, intentional practice. Let's keep going. Confidence in speaking English grows when you train both your ears and your mouth together. Listening alone is not enough. You need to speak out loud, repeat, imitate, and feel the sounds in your mouth. This is where shadowing becomes your best tool. Shadowing means listening to native speakers and repeating right after them, matching tone, rhythm, and emotion. It's not about memorizing. It's about training your brain to react in English without translation. When you shadow daily, even for 10 minutes, your pronunciation, intonation, and confidence rise naturally. Start small. Choose a short clip, maybe from a podcast, a TED Talk, or one of our English Now videos. Listen once to understand. Then, listen again and repeat. At first, it feels strange. But after a few sessions, your speech starts flowing faster. That's because your brain begins to predict what comes next, just like native speakers do. Now, let's talk about another secret of confident speakers. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need to study for hours. Just train a little every day with focus. Even 10 minutes of active practice daily can create big change over time. Here's a simple daily structure. First, listen to a real conversation. Second, shadow it, repeat out loud. Third, record yourself and compare. This feedback loop quickly builds a confident sound. Now, let's go deeper into thinking in English. Most learners stop mid-sentence because they translate. They think in their native language, then convert it, and that delay kills fluency. To fix this, train your brain to connect ideas directly to English words. Try this. Look around your room and describe everything you see, only in English. Don't worry about perfect sentences. Say, "That's my desk. It's messy. I need to clean it." Simple, direct, fast. This rewires your thoughts to form in English. Here's another trick, the 5-second rule. When you want to say something, give yourself 5 seconds. Even if you're unsure, say it anyway. Fluent speakers make mistakes too, but they keep the flow alive. Let's talk about intonation, the music of English. When you say, "Really?" with a rising tone, it means surprise. When you say, "Really?" flat, it means disbelief. When you say, "Really?" with energy, it means excitement. Same word, 3 feelings. That's why mastering intonation makes your English sound alive. A great way to train this is by imitating movie scenes. Pick one emotional moment. Pause, repeat the actor's tone, and exaggerate. It might feel silly, but it's powerful. Now let's talk about mindset. Fluent speakers don't fear mistakes. They expect them. Every error is a sign of progress. If you avoid speaking because you fear being judged, you'll never grow. Confidence is built by doing, not waiting. Next time you speak with someone, focus not on being perfect, but on being present. Look at their reaction, listen to their tone, and respond naturally. That's real communication. Now, how to handle real-life conversations smoothly. If you don't understand someone, say, "Sorry, could you say that again? Let me make sure I understood you." These phrases keep you calm and natural. Use softeners too. Instead of "you're wrong," say, "I see your point, but I think differently." Instead of "I don't know," say, "I'm not sure, but maybe it's." Small changes, big confidence. Another key habit is storytelling. Stories connect people. When you tell a short story, your English flows because you focus on meaning, not grammar. Think of a memory or funny moment and tell it in English, with emotion and rhythm. Finally, let's touch on tone control. Confident speakers lower their tone slightly at the end of a sentence. It sounds firm. Say, "I think that's the best option." Lower your tone on the last word. It sounds strong. When you ask a question, raise your tone slightly to show curiosity. All right, now let's move into one of the most effective advanced exercises to build fluency: contrast training. Say, "I can't believe it." Now say it angry, then sad, then happy, then shocked. This builds emotional flexibility and makes your speech natural and confident. Let's keep going, because the next part will take your practice to another level. Now let's go even deeper into daily fluency training. Confidence doesn't come from random practice. It comes from intentional repetition. Every time you train with purpose, you build stronger muscle memory for your mouth, your ears, and your thoughts. Let's start with a method I call the 3 layers of practice. The first layer is accuracy. Here, you focus on clear pronunciation and correct word use. You slow down, emphasize each sound, and make sure every word is understood. The second layer is rhythm. Once you're comfortable, stop focusing on individual words and start feeling the beat of the sentence. English has a natural up and down rhythm, a melody that gives life to your message. Practice entire phrases instead of single words. "Could you give me a hand?" "Let's call it a day." "I'll figure it out." These are chunks, smooth, natural, and confident. The third layer is emotion. When you add emotion, your English becomes real. You're no longer speaking from memory, you're speaking from feeling. Try reading a short text out loud. First flat, then emotional. You'll feel how emotion makes words easier to say and easier to remember. Now, let's focus on listening as a mirror. Every time you listen to native speakers, you're collecting patterns: how they pause, how they emphasize, how they connect words. Pay attention to these details. For example, in natural speech, going to becomes gonna, want to becomes wanna, did you becomes didya. These reductions aren't slang, they're rhythm. Learning them makes you understand and sound more fluent. You can train this by echo listening. When you hear a phrase, pause and repeat it exactly, same rhythm, same tone. Do it sentence by sentence like a song. Soon your brain starts predicting sounds before they happen, and that's when fluency clicks. Now, let's talk about mental fluency. Confidence in English starts in your mind before it reaches your mouth. If your inner voice still speaks in your native language, your thoughts move slower. To fix this, start talking to yourself in English during the day. When you cook, think, "I'm cutting the tomato. I need salt." When you walk, think, "It's windy today. I like this weather." You're training your brain to think first, not translate later. Let's add another technique, time compression. Choose a short paragraph and read it slowly. Then, read it faster each time while keeping your clarity. This builds control, not just speed. When you can speed up or slow down naturally, you gain real command of the language. Now, here's a powerful mindset shift. Don't aim to sound perfect, aim to sound present. When you speak English, you're not performing, you're connecting. Even native speakers pause, hesitate, and search for words. What makes them sound confident is the calm between their words. So, practice controlled pauses. Say a sentence, pause, breathe, and continue. This creates rhythm and gives weight to your message. Try it. "I used to be nervous, but now I speak with ease." That short pause changes everything. Let's move into spontaneous speech training. Take random topics and speak for 1 minute without stopping. It can be anything: travel, food, your plans, your goals. The rule is, no stopping, no translation. This trains your mind to build sentences on the spot. After speaking, record and listen. Don't judge, just notice which words came naturally and which didn't. Then, practice the weak parts again. Now, let's look at intonation patterns used by confident speakers. There are 3 main ones you should master. Rise, when you ask a question or show curiosity. Fall, when you give information or show certainty. Rise, fall, when you express emotion, surprise, or contrast. For example, rise, "You're coming tonight?" Fall, "I'll meet you there." Rise, fall, "Oh, I didn't expect that." By practicing these patterns, your English gains melody and depth. Let's combine this with stress training, learning which words to emphasize. English is a stress-timed language, which means not all words get equal attention. We highlight the important ones. "I really need to finish this today." Feel how the rhythm jumps between those strong words? That's what makes speech dynamic. Now, to build fluency even further, try backward shadowing. Take a sentence, repeat the last few words, then add the previous ones. For example, "Finish this today." "Need to finish this today." "I really need to finish this today." This helps you master long sentences piece by piece while keeping the natural rhythm. Finally, let's touch on one subtle but powerful element: word linking. Native speakers don't say words separately, they connect them. For instance, "look at it" becomes "look at it," kind of becomes kinda, out of becomes outa. When you start linking words naturally, you sound smoother and more confident without extra effort. Now, let's take everything we've talked about: rhythm, emotion, thinking, and linking, and prepare to apply them in real conversation practice. Now that you understand how rhythm, linking, and emotion shape natural English. It's time to apply them daily. Start every morning with 5 minutes of shadowing. Pick one topic, speak freely for 1 minute, then listen back and adjust your tone, pauses, and flow. Tiny, consistent practice builds real fluency faster than hours of theory. Remember, confidence isn't something you wait for, it's something you train. Every word you speak is progress. Keep showing up, keep practicing, and your English will become effortless. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to English Now for more powerful fluency lessons every week. See you in the next video.